Okay guys, we're gonna show you a little different version of 1 through 8, okay? And we're gonna use the Rocksteady dummy here. We're gonna borrow it from Rocksteady today to show you guys, because I want you to get a visual of a person, because in boxing, that's what we're trying to hit and where our punches are actually gonna be landing in ideal situations for when we're relating it to a heavy bag. So just like in classes, when I'm constantly telling you guys, when you're hitting the heavy bag, you want to imagine that it's somebody your height, okay? We're boxing someone around the same height as us so that we have an identifying area on that bag that we can target for headshots versus body shots, okay? So today, we're just gonna use the dummy, and I'm gonna show you guys 1 through 8 and some typical ideal areas that you're gonna wanna be targeting on a bag. So we can see we've got our Rocksteady dummy here, and he's roughly about the same height that I am. And we're gonna start with a 1. So on a 1, for a headshot, I'm going right here. Here, chin, nose, side of the temple here. That's a really great place for jabs when it's talking about a human, because as I sit there and keep popping that jab right there on the side of this guy's eyeball, what happens is that skin gets really thin and really tender, and so eventually I'm going to end up cutting the side of his eye open, which is pretty cool. And I can win a fight by just cutting up somebody's eye, and the cut gets too bad and then they have to stop the fight because I just landed 900 jabs on the side of his face, and now he's got a big gash on the side of his face, which is awesome. So 2, basically going to be the same spot, okay? So my 1 straight out, turned over. 2 is the same thing. Boom, I'm gonna come right down the middle. I'm gonna try and clip him right there at the bottom of the chin. And that's where I'm going for, because when I catch somebody at the chin, that's the direct button to my kneecaps. That's when you're gonna see somebody doing the rubber band dance, when you catch them with the chin. Okay, so I want, boom, right down the middle with that 2, still rotating my foot, still rotating everything, but I'm driving all the way down right into Main Street, right on its chin, or pop him in the nose, hit him on the other side of the eye. But the face area, in this area, is where I'm targeting. So even on a heavy bag, if I'm punching at that level straight down the middle, then that's going to be identifying to his face. Okay, if I'm going to the body, I'm changing the level and I'm bringing myself to that level. Okay, as I'm bending, boom, I'm coming right down to the body. Same thing with my 1. I'm changing that level to bring myself closer to that target instead of just throwing and opening and exposing the whole side of my face and getting hit. 3, inside, okay? Inside. And when I'm talking inside, I mean inside. There's no comfort zones in boxing. So when I'm inside boxing with somebody, I'm inside. I'm all the way on top of them. I'm gonna get my distance. And so my 3 is an inside shot. And if I'm coming here to the head, I'm coming right to the side of his chin. Okay, so my right hook, my 3, boom, right to the side of his chin, or the jawbone right there is where my targeting is going to be. If I'm going to the body, I'm trying to come just underneath his rib cage. And I want to get right just underneath that rib cage for that body shot, boom, and throwing that 3 to the body. Bang, right there, okay? So there's going to be body versus the headshot for my 3. Okay, 4s, 5s. You can throw them 2 different areas. I can throw a 4, boom, right to someone's gut. Same thing with a 5. And when we're on a heavy bag, that's where we want to be targeting. We don't have a chin on a heavy bag to be able to come up and throw that uppercut up at someone's chin. So we want to practice as if we're throwing it right to the middle of their gut. Okay, and that's the same thing on that heavy bag. So we need to determine where my chin is versus where my body or solar plexus is, where I would be aiming on someone's body if I was throwing an uppercut, is go right for the solar plexus right in the middle of their chest, or I'm going to ride it up into their chin. Okay, so there's going to be my 2 targets that I'm going for my 4s and my 5s. Boom, right through the middle, boom, right up through the middle. Okay, and when we have like our wrecking ball in the gym, that's the bag that you're going to practice being able to hit with an uppercut to the chin. Or even our box master right over in the other end of the ring, or in the gym is going to have an area for you to be able to come up and hit somebody like you're hitting them in the chin for practice purposes, okay? So again, body or head for our 4s and our 5s, and those are your targets. 6s, this is one of our biggest ones, guys, that people want to know, where am I hitting somebody with a 6? I am typically going to want to drive it, boom, right to the middle of their mouth or their chin. I don't necessarily want to come up to the temple or come around to the side of their face, because I'm not throwing a hook or an around type shot. It is an overhand shot. So I'm dipping myself down to bring my hand up and over and drive right through the middle. So my target is going to be his mouth, his chin, his nose, or the side of the chin slightly. I don't want it to come and hit the side of his face or his temple. Okay, I want it to be flush to this part here. Okay, so 6, boom. Where the confusion might come in is the 7. The 7 is an overhand punch, but it is going to come and actually hit somebody in the side of the head. Right in the side of the temple is where I'm going to make my target on my 7. So with that overhand shot, boom, I'm coming up and over the top of where his hand placement would be. So imagine this is his hand. I'm trying to get up and over the top of that glove, okay, to try and target the side of his temple and get over his hand position. Okay, so there's my 7. My 8, at Legends, we teach it to the body. Okay, I don't want to throw a hook up here to someone's head. If I'm close enough to be able to throw a hook and hit them in the head with that left or right hook or 8, I might as well turn it into a 6, because I'm going to produce a lot more power on an overhand than I am on a hook. So that's why I teach a right hook to the body or a left hook to the body. That's why Legends 8 is to the body. So I'm coming around and I'm on the inside, very close to my opponent, and I'm short and coming right around to the side of their rib cage, or trying to get around his elbow and come boom and hit him into the side of the oblique. I can't go around to his back and hit him in the kidneys. So from about where my lat is, his lat right here, that line, I can hit on or in front of that line. And that's where I kind of want to target. So when I'm on the heavy bag, that's what I want to be picturing. I want to picture this silhouette of this guy on this heavy bag that's my height, and these are all the target areas that I'm going to be hitting. Okay, so hopefully this how-to is going to give you guys a good idea of referencing of where we want to hit the guy, and it's also going to help you be familiar with your punches 1 through 8 on how we want them thrown. But remember, keep coming to classes, keep letting your coaches show you different ways and correct your areas that need help in correcting, and continue to watch these how-to videos, and that's all going to help advance your skills and get more familiar and more comfortable with the sport of boxing and how we do it at Legends.